CBS News political director and Face the Nation moderator John Dickerson is in Johnston, Iowa. John, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
So explain the Ted Cruz surge and whether it will make him the front runner.
Well, the surge is that he has been patient and restrained in his campaign so far, and he appeals to the conservatives who participate in the caucus and the primaries because he is ideologically pure on the issues, and he also is behaviorally in sync with the grassroots, which is to say he's not a part of the Washington establishment. He's staked his career pretty much on fighting that establishment, and so when they look at him, they think this is somebody who's going to fight for the principles we believe in.
But it's also a candidate who has done a lot of hard work on the ground and has been well financed, right?
Well, that's right. That's what I'm saying. He's been disciplined and restrained, which means he's spent a lot of his time working on building a fundraising network and going and spending times in states that are not just the first 3 or 4 contests, but all of the later states in the primary process to build a network and also to build a ground game so that he can be in for the long haul. And that's starting to pay off for him in Iowa. We'll see if it pays off for him in other states.
Right, the only Republican that's raised more money than Ted Cruz is Jeb Bush. And talk about Ted Cruz's organization, because not only is he doing well in Iowa, you then have New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. But March 1st is the big primary states, the southern primary states, which he's positioned to do very well in, right? He's got lasting power.
He does. I mean, raising money, of course, isn't the whole bundle. Or if it were, we'd still have Scott Walker in the race and Jeb Bush would be doing better. What Cruz has for this moment is that he's grabbing those voters who were excited about Ben Carson. He has the fire that the grassroots wants, and then the money allows him to turn that into sort of a big boost. So he's had a strategy that he's been following, and now that he's getting the love or the look from the voters, he does have a system in place.
Getting the love. Hey, John Dickerson, I was watching Face the Nation yesterday, which is my favorite Sunday morning program. And one of the guests you had on was Frank Luntz, who was talking about his latest focus group, where he was asking former and current Trump supporters what they would do if he left the party. Let's run a bit of that tape and then get you on the other side.
It's a $64,000 question. With Marco Rubio as the Republican nominee and Trump running as an independent, who here votes for Trump? Raise your hands. Right now, the establishment Republicans just died.
Yes, they should. They haven't been listening to us.
It's time for a real change.
It's just not going to come.
It's a real change.
That's more than half of you. Just raise your hands that you're going to leave the Republican Party.
Correct.
No, we're voting for a person. I'm voting for a man or woman that wants to change his country.
I admit I'm stunned.
The Republican Party has failed us the last 2 times with weak candidates. First with McCain, who was weak, then with Romney, who was weak. We're tired of weak candidates. There is no number 2 to Trump. Who's number 2 in the Republican field to Trump that can really win the election? Who?
Trump is an independent. You're voting for Trump.
Yes, yes.
Trump is an independent.
Yeah, I'd vote for him over Rubio because maybe the party does need to be fractured. Maybe it's time to blow it up.
Then Hillary will be the president.
Blow it up.
John, they had a lot of interesting things to say. What do you make of that exchange in particular?
Well, it's obviously not good for Republicans who want party unity, and part of it might be a little overdone, which is to say that if those same voters, if Donald Trump didn't get the nomination and they saw an independent bid by him as a guarantee that would help Hillary Clinton, they might change their views and not bolt. But the problem is, even if a small number of them don't bolt, Republicans want them all turning out, especially if it's a candidate like Ted Cruz, who believes that the goal in the general election is to turn out as many conservatives as possible. So it is a problem that the Republican Party is going to have to deal with.
Certainly more to come on this. Thank you, John Dickerson.